Motorsport UK are committed to improving the driving standards in karting. This video is designed to act as a reference to supplement the written guidelines on driving standards. During this video, we will be touching on the main things that Motorsport UK have identified that we, as a driving collective, need to improve, with real-life reenactments to visually represent what is and is not acceptable. We will be covering race starts, overtaking, defending, and post-race conduct. Motorsport UK understands that no two incidents are the same, and that at a live race event, the stewards will make judgments based on the specific circumstances for each incident. The demonstrations in this video are purely a guideline to help you understand how to conduct yourself and to ensure the safety and enjoyment of everyone on circuit. Rolling lap. Your tyres will be cold on the rolling lap, so focus will likely be on gaining crucial tyre temperature, but this must be done in a safe manner. If you spin or leave the circuit, this puts others at risk, and the race director may not wait for you to regain your position. Start procedure. In the final sector, the leader is responsible for slowing down to allow the grid to bunch up in a 2x2 formation, which must be done well before the start zone. This 2x2 formation must continue until the race starts. Breaking formation or putting any wheels outside of the tram lines before the race start will result in a penalty regardless of your position on the grid. If you are on pole position, it is your responsibility to keep a consistent half racing speed until the race start signal or until the yellow acceleration line if there is one. You must accelerate only once and not before this point. The restart is signified by the red lights going out or the Union Jack being raised if the lights are not in use. Only at this point may you break formation. If you are in second place, you must be behind the pole sitter at the acceleration line and when the race starts. If the red lights stay on, a second formation lap will begin, signified by the green and yellow chevron false start flag. This is usually the result of the driver on pole position accelerating too early or driving too fast before the start zone, or too many drivers not staying in formation. If you are the pole sitter during a false start, consider your speed before the start zone and where you accelerate for the next start. You may be reported to the stewards should you not be able to adequately control the start of the race. First lap. The first lap, of course, is an opportunity to make up places while karts are close together, but it is also when the risk of contact is highest. You must not cause contact with another driver in any way, especially front to rear contact into a corner, sometimes referred to as loading. Doing this is strictly forbidden, as it takes away the ability of the karts ahead to slow down or change direction to avoid an incident ahead. This puts those drivers in direct danger. It is crucial that you are aware of your surroundings, as there may be more than one kart alongside you. To recap, the main things to consider before and during the first lap of a race are: warm your tyres in a safe manner, maintaining control of the kart at all times. No braking formation before the race start signal. The pole sitter controls the start of the race until the lights go out, and they must cross the acceleration line first. On the first lap, be aware of your surroundings to avoid collisions. Overtaking. Overtaking is one of the most thrilling parts of our sport, and in karting, it happens regularly. Overtaking is usually done on the inside of a corner, often after pulling alongside on the straight or braking later than the driver ahead. A demonstration of a clean overtake on the inside can be seen here. The attacking driver in kart number 2 with the orange helmet pulls alongside and brakes later than the driver in kart number 1 with the pink helmet. The attacking driver gets a significant overlap. Their nose cone and front wheels are alongside the driver before the apex of the corner, as shown here. At this point, the defending driver on the outside is required to give the attacking driver space at the apex. The attacking driver in the orange helmet gets a good run through the corner to safely and cleanly complete the overtake. Examples of unfair overtakes include front to rear contact that pushes a driver off their chosen racing line in order to overtake, arriving on the inside of a driver too fast or too late to allow the defending driver to give you adequate space at the apex. In other words, initiating an overtake that will inevitably lead to contact. Once alongside a driver, crowding or colliding with them, causing them to slow down or leave the circuit. Should you do any of these, it is likely that you will receive a penalty from the clerk of the course or stewards, who may review CCTV or moving images of the incident. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that overtakes are done fairly. To recap, when overtaking on the inside, you must have your nose cone and front wheels alongside the driver ahead before the apex of the corner. You must maintain control of your karts throughout the whole corner. You must not cause avoidable contact with the driver ahead to either initiate or complete the overtake. You must leave the driver ahead space at the exit if they are still alongside. Overtaking on the outside. Overtaking on the outside of a corner will always be viewed as a more difficult manoeuvre. Therefore, in order to be entitled to room at the exit, the overtaking kart on the outside must have their nose cone and front wheels alongside the driver on the inside by the apex of the corner and continue to have this overlap throughout the remainder of the corner. When attempting to overtake on the outside, pulling alongside at the entry of a corner does not entitle you to space at the exit should this overlap disappear. You must be in full control of your kart throughout the corner, and you must also be able to keep your kart within track limits throughout the whole corner, including the exit. When overtaking on the outside, you must not squeeze the kart on the inside such that they have to change their line or slow down to avoid contact. You must also not make avoidable contact with the kart on the inside. To recap, when overtaking on the outside, you must have your nose cone and front wheels alongside the driver ahead before the apex of the corner. This overlap must be maintained throughout the whole corner to be entitled to space at the exit. You must stay within track limits for the move to be deemed fair. You must not cause avoidable contact with the driver ahead. Defending. Defending your position is part of the chess game that is kart racing, but you must also do this safely and fairly. It's worth noting that defending your position is allowed. However, consistently driving off the accepted racing line is not allowed, and penalties up to and including the black flag can be issued for this. The race end. Once the race is over, the competition stops. Motorsport is a highly charged, adrenaline-fueled sport, and that's why we love it. But never let the emotions from the race compromise how you conduct yourself on and off circuit. Our sport is most fun when we have clean, fair, safe racing in a respectful environment. Please be the example you would like to see everyone else follow.